Here's one Kevin died on the hill of recently. I'd like to hear your take. Do pigeons exist outside of cities?
Are pigeons in the suburbs?
It's a great question. I've never seen it.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, they must somewhere, right?
That was the argument. Was
dirty rats who fucking flock to the urban spots to get the dumpster
Well, I guess
food.
it's like there are suburbs where there are rats, but you're less likely to see them. There.
Right.
So there's
I'm
gotta
not
be,
denying that there's like not a single pigeon in
No,
the
you were
suburbs.
denying.
right.
Well, then I was embellishing.
But
Wait, I have one more stupid question.
yeah.
Sorry, before we move on
Sorry.
real quick. Timothy Palace, one of our guys who made some posters around here, fantastic graphic design artist, DM'd me a question the other day, and it was one of my favorite questions I've ever had. Are the E's in the word P silent?
It could just be the letter P followed by silent.
I think they are.
wait,
No.
say this again?
P, like
the letters E in the word P, like
No.
I took a P.
No,
are they
they're not.
silent?
No.
But
I
if
mean,
you
if
drop
took
them, you're
away,
still saying
well,
P.
How would you pronounce it?
Yeah, but no.
But they're not. I agree. the A in peas, P, like eating peas, that's silent.
Yes.
But the double E.
Well,
P.
no. The EA can make it an E sound,
Right. But if
depending on like B.
I guess if you were to take away the A in PEA, it would be like a pay, not a P.
Yeah, I don't know if that still counts as
okay.
silent A or not.
Because it's
I
more
don't
of
know
a
if it's the same
combining
thing.
to make it different.
But anyway.
Yeah, I could find myself 25 minutes later being like, obviously they're not silent, you know. But that's not faking it. It's like I do. You know what it is? It's not the topic. It's competitiveness, the desire to win the argument. I fucking stupid face, so I want to be right and you want to be wrong. That I think
my
also
point
overtakes and you
is
can argue
always
anything.
and by the way, Chris wasn't saying like you guys are faking it. He was just saying like, are you telling me there's never a time? And I'm like, no. It's such a fucking hard rule that we have episodes where afterwards we're like, was that a dud? Because we don't.
Go hard enough.
Yeah.
Well,
because like you can't.
I mean,
that's it. That like if you're gonna have a debate show, you got to go. It's got to be a real debate. Once you start pretending, then it's a problem.
Taste buds is inherently, let's be ultra serious about something that's not that serious. In that regard, that's not embellishment, but that's just like let's.
But the ultra serious. I hate that it sounds like I'm putting such a fine point on this dumb podcast. It's a fucking food argument. But who gives a shit?
But that's why it works because you do take it seriously.
But that's the thing. Sal and I started doing it because we got into those arguments so much in real life, and we were like, dude, we're fucking crazy. This is a podcast.
What was the original? Chips Ahoy and Oreos? Is that right?
That was the first one, and then the second argument we had when Sal said, "I think this is a podcast," was the bagel, which was our second episode, cinnamon raisin versus everything bagels. But we were like, people around us were like, Jesus Christ, guys, and they were like getting into the. My point is if he and I weren't weirdly wired like that, we never would have. It wasn't like, what if we did hard debates about this benign shit?
It's natural. Yeah.
It was like, no, dude, I care this much.
I'm with you on that, and I'll get going about crazy shit too. And if you're not like that, people look at you like you're fucking crazy. But it's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I get passionate about my donuts. I get passionate about my sport. I get passionate about whatever. And sorry you can't relate, but like I'll fucking scream and yell for however long you want to go. I'll do it, you know?
Yeah. No, my movie podcast, me and Pat Walsh do a show called We'll See You in Hell. And it's like, it's the same thing. Like in the beginning, Pat and I argued a lot. Like it would get, there were some episodes we didn't release because we're like, this is too much. Mm-hmm. But,
what were those about?
We had to re-record our review of Logan because we got into it got like personal.
What was like? What did you say? What was like the worst thing you said in that? or what? Who,
he said.
Who said the worst thing?
I don't even remember because we deleted it. But he. I remember I called him disgusting, and he took it really personally. And he was like, you referred to me as disgusting, and I was like, because he thought I meant physically, like I was saying he was repulsive, and I wasn't. But he was really like, and I don't.
You should fucking release that?
I deleted it. Dude, it got ugly. It got to a point where he was like, I'm leaving. And he was walking out of my apartment in LA, and I go, if you walk out that door, don't come back.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are done. You and I are done professionally.
Yeah, it sounded like again, the podcast was making zero money at the time. I don't even know why we were doing it.
That's why Taste Buds works though.
So
because you were willing to do arguments like that for $0 at one point because you really mean it.
Right. And so, but here's my point too with We'll See You in Hell. Pat and I got to a point where we stopped arguing like that. Mm-hmm. And the podcast now does even better than it ever did then. Huh. We thought the whole thing was, and we said the same thing, we can't ever fake it, whatever. But we really thought that the crux of this podcast was, like the Siskel and Ebert debate about movies. And we found out later it really wasn't. People just liked us talking about movies together. Now, like, even when we disagree, it doesn't get heated anymore. It's just very much like, I don't know, man.
What if, do you think Taste Buds could work that way?
I do.
I think Taste Buds, if you were like, I agree, sir, brown sugar cinnamon is the best.
I do, because I noticed something.
Everything won that debate, right?
I noticed with Taste Buds.
Everything bagel.
What's that?
Everything
won. Yeah. I still don't understand.
I'm with you on that, but I know that's a losing battle. I think they're disgusting.
They're not disgusting. They're just like
garlic and shit all in your mouth.
First thing in the morning is weird.
Totally.
To me. Yeah.
I've gotten pretzel chips, that have onion, everything flavoring on it, and I will dip that in cream cheese, and I'll have it with a soda or a beer at like night I'm an animal. But as a bagel in the morning,
dude, dipping something into cream cheese is like that is like
disgusting.
Animal
I get the whipped, the whipped one where you can do it easily.
I remember actually, speaking of Gutfeld, he was on a diet once. He was like the first guy I ever knew that did keto, like before anybody talked about keto. And he lost all this weight, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, it's the easiest diet ever. And we would go out drinking, and then he'd be like, I'm going to the deli. I'm going to get bacon and cream cheese. And he would dip the bacon and cream cheese, and he was losing weight. And I was like, what the f*** is this diet?
Cut out those carbs, and you're good to go.
Want to know something repulsive I do? I've done lately. And it's not, and it's genuinely not repulsive, but it is out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
I forget the brand name, but at the market by my apartment, they sell these big pepperonis.
Yeah.
They're like in a package, so they're all like kind of lined, like almost like shingles.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Rather than the little ones, they're like the big round.
Yeah, big round ones, and they're like all lined up.
I know what you're talking about, the pre-sliced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I just rip that package open, full thing. Mm-hmm. I get some Dijon mustard, squirt it down the middle, fold it up like a big taco. And
you fuck. You eat the whole package at once,
dude. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I do. I've been doing a ton of prosciutto recently. I do goat cheese and prosciutto on a Ritz cracker.
I hate goat cheese, but I love prosciutto.
I'll take down a whole, one of those prepackaged.
Yeah. Prosciutto actually is very low in calories, all things considered. It's high in sodium, so I try to dodge it as much as I can these days because of the sodium intake. But I used to, when I was in college, I used to buy a stick of pepperoni, like the Hormel stick or like the Boar's Head stick, and a stick of Cracker Barrel cheese, and I would bite each stick.
You trash barrel.
Yeah.
You're a landfill. That's great.